Brazil sinks a rusting old aircraft carrier in the Atlantic Ocean. Brazil sank a decommissioned aircraft carrier in the Atlantic Ocean off its northeast coast, the Brazilian Navy said, despite warnings from environmentalists that the rusting 1960s French-built ship would pollute the sea and the marine food chain. The 32,000-ton carrier had been floating offshore for 3 months since Turkey refused it entry to be scrapped there because it was an environmental hazard, and the ship was towed back to Brazil. The carrier was scuttled in a, quote, planned and controlled sinking late on Friday. The Navy said in a statement that it would, quote, avoid logistical, operational, environmental, and economic losses to the Brazilian state. The hull of the Sao Paulo was sunk in Brazilian jurisdictional waters, 217 miles off the coast where the sea is 5,000 meters deep, a location chosen to mitigate the impact on fishing and ecosystems, the Brazilian Navy has said. Federal public prosecutors and Greenpeace had asked the Brazilian government to stop the sinking, saying it was toxic due to dangerous materials, including 9 tons of asbestos used in paneling. Quote, the sinking of the aircraft carrier Sao Paulo throws tons of asbestos, mercury, lead, and other highly toxic substances into the seabed, Greenpeace said in a statement. It accused Brazil's Navy of neglecting the protection of the oceans. The aircraft carrier served the French Navy for 4 decades as a capable of carrying 40 warplanes. The defense expert and former foreign policy congressional staffer Pepe Rezende said the carrier was bought by the Brazilian Navy for just $12 million in 1998, but needed an $80 million refit that was never done. After the carrier was decommissioned, Turkish Marine Recycling Company bought the hull for $10.5 million, but had to throw it back across the Atlantic when Turkey barred entry to its shipyard.